Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Speed Gaming 3. Tonight we have quite the treat for you. We have a Final Fantasy IV free enterprise highway to the Zeromus Zone race. Good evening, everyone. I am Z-Man050778, and with me today in the commentary booth is Brewers fan JP. JP, how are you doing tonight, my friend?
I am doing great. Looking forward to another race here in the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise League.
Yeah, so am I. And tonight we've got chocosura, dustygriff, Muppetsinspace, and TheFiz. So just really quick, let me go through where they are in the standings. Right now, chocosura has 6 points through 2 races. Dustygriff has 7 points through. So Dustygriff probably needs at least a 3rd place finish to feel comfortable to move on to at least one of the races, if not higher. Muppetsinspace is kind of up against it. He has 5 points in 3 races. So he needs a first to entertain any hope whatsoever of making it to the play-in races. So we might see some interesting plays out of him. And Fizz has 6 points in 2 races. So what are you looking for tonight?
Well, like as you mentioned, we're getting close to the end of the league here. A lot of these racers are on their last seed or second to last seed. So we are looking for quite a bit here. I mean, these racers might be making some riskier plays than usual. They're just going to be trying to do what they can to ensure their spot, at least in those playing games.
All right, we have gotten the okay from IRC, and we are just now waiting on Twitch delay, and we will have this race up and going. We have a Rosa start. Who do you think is going to be the other starting character tonight, JP?
Let's have the two love interests start together. So Rosa and Cecil.
I'm thinking this is going to be... I think we're going to get twin white mages. We're going to get Rosa and Poro, I think.
We're about to find out.
Beat you to it, OG Curbs.
Oh, we have Sid.
That's a nice combo. And we have a starting Pan.
So, unfortunately, the Pan, you can't really do much with it right now until you get to the Underworld. But once you get to the Underworld, you can use that Pan on Yang and get 2 items pretty quick. Assuming you don't have to go to Yang's wife to get something early.
Right. So actually, that Pan will open up 3 items because you'll have both items from Sheila and the items from the Sylphs. So those real 3 quick items as soon as you get access to the Underground.
That's correct. With the flags that we're playing on, the Sylphs might have a key item. They might not, but we will find out when we get down there.
All right, so it looks like we have a pretty standard start from our racers going through Baron, kind of looting that up a little bit. We have Kane at the Baron Inn. That's a nice thing to see. Oh, an archer bow, nice and early. That's a nice weapon for Rosa.
Yeah, get her offense up a little bit before you've got a full party built. It's very helpful.
TheFiz is taking a jump in the water. Ooh, ninja sword. That's a nice thing.
Definitely, if we find Edge at some point, we might. Well, he is somewhere in the sea, but we don't know if he'll be somewhere where our runners will check.
The Punsmeister, thank you very much for your subscription. Speed Gaming appreciates it.
So we're going to start to see some divergence likely here as everybody goes to their initial checks. Like chocosura is starting with Damsian.
Sirens in Baron. Ooh.
That's good to know. That's our grind item.
And hourglasses and star veils. Baron shop with a ton of value right now. I saw a rune. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, you go ahead.
I just saw a rune ring pickup on chocosura's side from Damsey, and that's a good to equip Rosa with right away. It gives nice magic defense and ups her white magic power.
Yep. So chocosura is going to go ahead and activate the hovercraft right away. Not sure if we're going to need that yet, but we might.
Fizz dipping through mist and finding a lunar staff in I think that winds up being Rydia's house, I think. But the important thing to note with the lunar staff, that it is the second best staff for white mages, as it increases your white magic stat by 10. The only staff that is better is the life staff.
So it's basically got two good weapons for Rosa so far. You got a bow that you can use and a staff that you could potentially use a little later.
Yeah, I mean, not like anybody would voluntarily ditch Rosa anyways, but at this point with a rune ring and a lunar staff, those are two things that you don't mind going to the end game with Rosa.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you mentioned, we're probably not going to see Rosa dumped today. She'll probably be with us for the whole seed. We'll see if Sid sticks around, though. I guess that's probably going to depend on who they find.
Yeah, who they find and what weaponry they get for Sid, because this is T3, so rune axes are certainly in the mix to be found. And if you get a rune axe on Sid, then, number one, rune axe is a really good weapon to begin with, but number two, rune axe is Sid's best weapon. So, if you get that, I can't see anybody ditching it unless we get characters like Edge and Cecil and Kane that just have great equipment options.
We did get a peek in the Kaipo, the Kaipo Sand Ruby spot, and we saw Tella there.
So that is probably not something that you come back to unless you are desperate for a week for a D machine grind later in the game. And we have Toroya. So the egg grind weaponry has been found. We have Sirens in Baron, and we have Coffins in Toroya.
Very nice. Muppets is the first into the Antlion Cave. Usually a standard play. We see this a lot since this is one of the first key items you can get, especially in the no free lunch flags.
Yeah, given that you have Sid and a relatively nice warrior Rosa, this Antlion fight should not be too overly difficult.
Yeah, especially as I said with Sid, this should be fine.
All right, we're going to have Fizz checking out the character we have on Mount Hobbs. Let's see what we got here.
Fizz is first doing some equipping. Unfortunately, one of the disadvantages, obviously, to Sid is that he doesn't start with much for armor.
Well, it looks like both of our runners have found decent stuff. It looks like a silver hammer and a strength ring for Sid, which are really nice early. All right, so let's see what we have here in Mount Hobbs.
Okay, I got it right behind Rubicante. Or the elements. We'll see which one it is. Okay.
Elements. This isn't bad.
Well, we got a lunar boss in the Antlion Cave. Got plague. That's not a bad find there.
No, this isn't bad. What is it about?
1,200.
Yeah.
1,200 in the Antlions. Oh no, 1,500 in the Antlion spot. Sorry, 1,200 Octomam.
Okay, there you go.
And the elements are down. That's only 4,300 spot. 4,360 to be exact.
So I think one of the major reasons why we're seeing Fizz going after Rydia here, even though Rydia isn't the best magic user early, I do believe our runners found a Dragon Whip, which is Rydia's best weapon.
Yeah. Oh, early Magma Key. So that's big for this seed, because that basically just blows it wide open. You can go about anywhere, especially with that early pan.
Yeah. Early pan, early sirens, and early coffins. I would take that Magma Key. I would kill one or two eggs just to get my party ready to go to get this completely, totally beatable with the 3 members I have in my party.
So, Muppets is going to check the item on Hobbs, or the character on Hobbs too. Most likely, I'm guessing we'll keep Rydia as well.
OG Curbs, to answer your question, if Bahamut is present in this seed, well, the summon, if the Bahamut summon is present in the seed, yes, it would have to be behind a trapped chest or one of the key item spots, but it is not guaranteed to be in this seed.
So, got Muppets going to pick up Rydia too. Dusty making an early play over to Silvera.
So let's see what Muppets does now that he has the Magma Key and his 3 members. Let's see if he goes right to the underground.
I was going to check some of the chests on Hobbs. Well, just the one chest on Hobbs. But you can't blame him for, because it is a bit of a walk to get off this mountain. So if you're trying to be fast, going for those other chests might not be in your best interest.
Yeah, and as I said, in the intro, given that Muppets absolutely needs a first place finish here, I can't see him doing anything more than absolutely what is necessary. Alright, we've got chocosura going through the elements, and we have Fizz about ready to take down a plague. Muppets picking up a kamikaze just for you never know when you might need one.
Absolutely. Okay, there's the plane to Eggert for Muppets. Gonna use that Magma Key in a minute here.
The only thing for Muppets, though, is he has not yet checked... Ooh, exits are nice, handy find. He has not yet checked Toroya, so he does not yet have his coffins.
Yeah, that's a good point. That'll make a grind a little harder.
Although, if you have an hourglass, it's not really overly difficult putting 2,000 hit points. Oh! With Rydia and the Dragon Whip, it's not going to be difficult at all if you have an hourglass.
Yeah, good point. Alright, Muppets opening the Underworld. So, going into the Underworld, we have the three basically we can get from the Sylph Cave. We also have a free item that's in the Land of the Summons. So there's 4 quick items basically you can get as you go down here. And I gotta imagine that Muppets will go for those pretty fast.
I would think, and it looks like I'm...
Yeah, Muppets actually going for... I was just taking some chops quick as chocosura is gonna take on Plague.
Oh, 2 kind of sort of big finds over 3 kind of sort of big finds for Muppets. A dancing dagger, a soma drop, and the soma drop is really handy. Oh, Bacchus wines, and good God, everything is free in this seed.
We could be seeing a really fast seed here, depending on where that crystal and that pass or the darkness crystal is.
So,
of course,
go ahead.
Now that I've said that, commentator's curse time.
Yeah, commentator's curse, Dan. We're gonna, who knows where things are gonna be. But, Moon required to come back down only to find that, the Mist Dragon is guarding the crystal. Mist Dragon is, I don't know, where's the trolliest place you can think of? At the King Queen Eblon spot, because now they don't have any reason to go there.
Oh. Yeah, I guess King Queen Eblon would be a little worse just because you can't peek and see what they are from the bottom. Get a spoon in Land of Summons. Chocosura is going to be the second down into the Underworld. Looks like the TheFiz tried to take on the Gauntlet, but it was a Sura, and it's going to leave.
Another dragon whip pickup.
Muppets is gonna peek in at these two bosses down here, Golbez, and it's either the two knights from the inn, or I forget what the other one that could be is. But either way, not the kindest to fight down. The kindest of fights down there.
It depends. If it is the two Baron guards, then they are susceptible to pretty much every status effect there is. So you can use Hourglass 2 and take care of them, or you can just coffin them to death. So one possibly free, the other one pretty much the opposite of free.
Yeah. So yeah, the guards would probably be a good one to go for later if you want to just try one of them. But Golbez, yikes. Yeah, that's going to be rough. Yeah, we're seeing Muppets. He's going for the 3 items down in the Sylph Cave.
It'll be interesting to see if he goes right to Sheila. Well, right to Sheila after this, after doing the Fabul Gauntlet, which is Ashura.
Yeah, which would be a good move because it's another item as well.
All right, so let's see what the Sylphs give us. They give us, the Engineer Staff.
We do know Arcanus. So that's a nice pickup.
That's a really nice pickup. No, that's one of those end game weapons that if you have, no big deal. Ooh, Poison Axe up on Mount Ordeals on the way. So that's a great weapon for Sid. That's Sid's second best weapon.
Very nice. And this is actually an interesting play by TheFiz, going for Ordeals. See if it pays off. Starting with the
Dark Game.
Yeah.
Nope. Got
Dib start.
free fight if you get. Yep, free fight if you have Hourglasses.
Right. So Muppet's gonna go for the gauntlet fight here. Gonna find Asura.
Oh, apparently Muppets found a Poison Axe somewhere along his travels too. So that's really going to help against Ashura here. Dusty doing a grind, looks like, getting a few levels off of an egg.
So Asura here will have 55. It's had 90 HP. And with those cure spells could be a bit difficult, unless you have a way to reflect. Oh, actually I'm wrong on that HP, I guess.
Looks
I
like...
I read the experience, I'm sorry.
That happens, and it looks like Muppets had some mute arrows in place, because mute arrows can do quad damage to Ashura. Calbrain is again another free fight if you have some Hourglasses. And something that multi-targets enemies.
Ooh, so the life staff from the king.
Great weapon for Rosa endgame.
Now we're gonna check from Sheila to see what else is up here. Baron Key and a crystal ring. So, between the Sylph Cave and Fabul, we didn't find a lot, but the Baron Key at least keeps us moving a bit.
Keeps us moving, and the crystal ring is a fantastic find. It is the best ring in the game. Plus, it gives a 5 agility boost to whoever is wearing it. So, great piece of equipment there.
Now, back over on the TheFiz side, we're about to see what key items up here. got Tower Key. So Divergence is continuing so far. Got a lot of ways you can go.
Yeah.
You know, get the first Mylon fights at Dark Knight Cecil spot.
Not an overly difficult fight. The Tower Key is a really nice find, so this way you don't have to double dip the lower tower of Babel. You can just take it down in one shot once you get to the right levels.
Ooh, Muppets found Ether 2 Lives and Heals. Oh, we already saw those in the Toria Inn. Or Toria item shop. So that's a good find for the Fizz if anything required is in the tower. Because with the party setup as way it is, Ordeals is going to probably be far from these runners' minds.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Looks like Muppets is going to go rescue Kane, and I would imagine dip right into the Baron Castle right away.
There's the other half of Mylon. Yeah, that guard spot is really low HP, goes down fast, but let's see who's the second boss.
Yeah, the second boss is the pain, because it's 4,000 HP. Oh, and it's vanilla!
Very nice.
Of course, vanilla Karate Man hits a little harder than, well, the Karate Man here in the randomizer hits a little harder than what you're used to, just because, generally speaking, your levels aren't the same as in the vanilla game.
Yeah, exactly. But looks like Muppets is holding up pretty well. Damage isn't overwhelming. Fizz is also taking on the Yang fight.
Looks like Griff is about to loot the Fabul Castle. And Muppets takes him down to find Kane and a Stardust Rod.
Very nice rod there.
The nice thing about the Stardust Rod is it is the best weapon any Black Mage can equip. It increases your Black Magic stat by 15, as well as an item, it casts more or less the spell Comet, just a weaker version. It was a fantastic thing. I would imagine he's going to throw that Stardust Rod on Rydia right away.
So Muppets not going to continue to do Baron right now. Where is the next move? Maybe going for Dwarf Castle to get Adult Rydia? No, not that way. Oh, he's going to grind.
It's going to get a few levels probably before going over to Baron.
Yeah, that's a pretty smart idea.
He's got coffins too. This is easy now.
Yeah. Get some really good quick levels and then can use that Baron key. And the other nice thing, if he does go for Baron, is he will pick up another character there, which I'm guessing he's hoping will probably be the fifth character that he wants to use for his party.
Ooh, a cat claw was also in the King's Chambers in Fabul, which we missed, and that's Yang's best weapon. Man, this is a pretty decent weapon seed so far.
Yeah, this has been very kind. So I'm still waiting for the twist. I mean, to be fair,
go ahead.
At 23 minutes, we still haven't found a crystal or moon axis.
It's just normal, depending on the seed.
Yep, that's true. Could be normal.
Damon Core, to answer your question in chat, what level does Rydia get her level 2 spells? Or is it from becoming an adult? It is from becoming an adult.
Okay. Muppets is gonna make the play into Baron here. Got 2 bosses down here, plus a good set of chests. I don't believe any of them are trapped. So, safe chests salute down here.
And it looks like Fizz is going to hit the Underworld, and chocosura and dustygriff are trying to get their canes.
So a Zoot's Gauntlet on Muppet's side.
That's an awesome... That is the best set of gauntlets for any of your physical attackers. So I would imagine he'll throw that on Sid in no time flat.
Yeah, also going on check. Yeah, Rydia will learn, I believe, her level 3 spells is normal.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Alright. Let's see what Muppets gets for... Well, we saw the first boss already. It was the trapdoor. So, Joko is through the Yang fight. So is Dusty. Oh yeah, sorry, not trapdoor, evil wall. They look the same.
Yeah, we all knew what you meant. And this evil wall should go down relatively quickly. It shouldn't pose too great of a threat here to Muppetsinspace, especially at his levels.
Alright, evil wall down. dustygriff also making the play to Baron. I'm gonna do some looting before going to see who's on the throne.
Another rune ring is nice. So let's see who we got on the throne today.
Oh, we have another king, King Bahamut.
Put a silk web on him and shouldn't be that overly difficult. For cast slow, berserk, yeah, this should not be a bad fight here.
Fizz is the last one into the Baron Inn fight to pick up his cane. And Bahamut's down. Let's see.
So
Go ahead.
I was going to say, same thing you were going to say. Let's see what character we get here. He's probably hoping for one of the gated characters, Fu or Edge, or even maybe a Palom.
There's a Fu. So that's a pretty nice party. That's a pretty nice 5-person party there.
Yeah, that's real nice. All right, so the thing is now, what's going to be the key item?
All right, walking downstairs. It is. Sand Ruby, ouch. And we already know Tell is at Sand Ruby. So that kind of ends that progression there.
So it looks like now, as far as Muppets go, his next progression looks to be either Dwarf Castle or up the lower tower of Babel.
Yeah, I mean, he might also elect Ordeals. It's a tough play, but with Fusoya, it's a little bit nicer now because you get three more groups of spells unlocked. But at the same time, it is a bit of a time sink, potentially. But TheFiz is actually making the Tower of Babel Underworld play first. And that makes a lot of sense with that tower key.
Now it looks like he's going to farm the 4 guarded chests here, just alerts, so that's not an overly difficult fight. You throw a hourglass on and be done with it. Ooh, sorcerer robe, nice.
Yeah, this is kind of a big moment for TheFiz here. If he finds something behind that tower key, he's going to take a big lead in this seed.
Looks like Muppets is going to dip down and check out what's in the Odin spot.
Not a bad play. If you get a free boss, it definitely could give you an advantage.
Rune Axe find for TheFiz.
Ooh, nice. We have an Octomamon fight.
Octomam, probably not something that Muppets can handle at this point. Although once you get to the point where you can handle Octomam at that spot, not an overly difficult fight.
Yeah, and Muppets nopes right out of there. Or them an Antland, sorry. Antlion and Octomam would both be about as difficult.
Oh, a protect ring from the second trapped chest. Man, this seed is just throwing goodies at our runners. I mean, the equipment in this seed is fantastic that I've seen.
Yeah, they've been getting quite a bit of good stuff. Chocosura is raiding Baron too. Dustygriff as well. Oh, I think Dustygriff found a dark matter. I don't know if he discarded it.
I do that at least once a seed. It's annoying, but nothing much more than that.
Okay, we got Muppets at the Dwarf Castle. I think I saw Dr. Luge.
Oh, that's the Antlion fight at Odin. Ooh, that's a little different. I don't think the Odin spot has a terribly high physical attack, but the Antlion's going to be a little more tricky than Octomom.
Yeah, I think Chet pointed that out. I missed that. Saw the wrong tentacle, I guess.
That's easy to do, especially on the background of the throne. That's absolutely understandable. I've done that a few times.
Muppets is gonna get her ready as an adult and take out Dr. Luge. Dr. Luge is a series of 2 battles. You got the robot battle first, and then you got essentially zombie Luge. But Fusoya just rains down some lightning and it's over.
Fizz finally getting something meh, but even that meh thing has its use in the Assassin Dagger. The Assassin Dagger not an overly great weapon, however, it can be used very effectively to grind those eggs because those eggs are indeed weak to the instant death attack that it provides.
So it seems like for the most part, chocosura, Dusty, and Muppetsinspace are all on the same path. We've got TheFiz is the one who's been doing the biggest divergence with that Ordeals play. Okay, Muppets through the first battle. Going to see another character, unless it's maybe Edge. I doubt Muppets is going to take them.
It depends what the character is. I mean, we haven't seen Bahamut or Leviathan yet for Rydia, so I can easily see Rydia getting the boot if this is a good character here.
Ooh, it's Edge.
Bye, right. Rydia.
Yep, Rydia's gone. She grew up as she left. Oh, and okay, we got the guards here. So that means that back over in the Land of Summons, then we have the Capo Infights as one of those 2 bosses.
Yep. And this is painful. Fizz has the Fabul Gauntlet at the Tower Key spot. Not overly difficult, it's just long and slow.
Yeah, but if there's a big item there, this could pay off big time. We're also about to see another item on Muppet's side. Dusty made the exact same play, dumping Rydia.
Zerakian, given that given that there is an Assassin Dagger out there and Coffin's easy to find, I don't think Rydia and the Dragon Egg grind are really in anybody's thoughts at this point. Mel, the only good sword I've seen so far for Edge is the Ninja Sword.
All right. On Muppet side, we see a ribbon. Very nice equipment. But at the same time, we're still kind of looking for progression.
So the progression kind of sort of, I think, has to be up this tower or at one of the summon spots at this point.
We're going to see from TheFiz here shortly. Making good use of that Stardust Rod, taking these waves out easily. I mean, these enemies don't have much HP anyway. The Dark Imp spot doesn't have a lot.
No, it's just annoying when it's broken up into 6 battles.
Yeah. So, we've triggered the Tower Key spot, but we're not going to see that just yet. We won't see that until TheFiz leaves. We've got Dusty going through the Land of Summons. I'm curious if he's gonna make a shot at the at one of these summon monster fights. Using a cabin, I'm guessing so. And yeah, he's already got the spoon too.
And it looks like run at least at the Ashura spot. I can't imagine he's going to take a run at Golbez. Oh no, that's the Leviathan spot that has the hypo guards. Okay.
Okay, we see Calcabrina with the lunar boss being sent up the tower. Oh, these guards hit hard.
Yes, they do. But again, shouldn't be an overly difficult fight. Yep, coffins absolutely work on these guys.
Missed again. That's not Calcabrina. That's the Mega Sisters on the Fizz's side. I am not on top of my game, I guess, today here.
It happens. Dusty going to try to take them all down in one shot with the stone cast. Meanwhile, it looks like we're trying to get the life glitch here in Muppet's side. He did get the life glitch on the captain, or the officer, I should say, which is the more experience-giving enemy there. All right, so let's see. What do we get here from Leviathan Spot? We get
Legend Sword. That's not what you want to say. It's another key item, but yeah, that's not a progression. And I think Dusty's going to take a shot at Golbez.
This might work, because the ribbon will protect against the demolish attack from the shadow monster, which is nice. Now, the only thing is, if Dusty can get a Star Veil up before Golbez attacks, he might be able to win this fight. Golbez will basically just kill himself. However, it's entirely possible he's not going to be able to get a Star Veil up before Golbez attacks. Oh, Muppets is doing the same thing.
Yeah. So we will see if they can get that Star Veil up or not. And yikes, Golbez just demolished Dusty.
Yeah, that's the problem with this speed. With Golbez here at the Ashura spot, Golbez is fast. So nope, and Muppets doesn't even get a turn either. Yep.
So Valiant's try, but unfortunately, I have to come back a bit later.
There we go, and Fizz slowly and steadily getting through the sisters fight.
All right, Fizz is through. See the first item from the tower here. The crystal!
Well, that's good, but
we still need our access to Zeromus.
we have no pass and we have no darkness crystal. Now, Fizz is going back down, so he might actually get his access to Zeromus right here. This could be the pass, or this could be the darkness crystal.
If it's either, Fizz is in go mode. Yeah, Dusty's making the same climb, so he'll get his crystals soon after. But he doesn't have the tower key.
And Muppets is doing ordeals at this point. And Chocosura is getting through the Dwarven Castle. Alright, so let's see what this super cannon gives us.
pass! What a find for the Fizz!
The Fizz is in grind and go mode, and given that he has pretty much unlimited access to sirens and coffins and still has Rydia, this is not going to be a hard grind, and he's probably going to hit up the Dwarven Castle here for a character and get Edge.
Wow, this is just playing well for the Fizz. And if Muppets go straight to the Tower of Babel after getting the Tower Key up here too, that's going to play out well for him.
And Fizz is going to be very happy with his party being Edge, Kane, Sid, Rosa, and Rydia. He's not going to have any problem with that party whatsoever. Question in chat, sub-hour? I don't know if it's going to be sub-hour because there's still a bunch of grinding that needs to be done. And I can see the grind taking an easy 7 to 10 minutes. So it's going to be close, but I would say it's probably... I would say the finisher of the seed's probably going to be right around 105. Maybe 110 at the outside.
Yeah, I think that's right. And we're not going to see these guys go for 10 key items at this point. Muppets is going to get his 8th. Or he just got 7th, actually. So,
yeah, we've only seen 9 key items. So
now, there is a chance of finding that Darkness Crystal somewhere, but at this point, I got to imagine the Darkness Crystal, or something that leads to the Darkness Crystal, be behind either Golbez at the Leviathan or the Asura spot, or the Antlion at the Odin spots.
Or one of them gives access to the Darkness Crystal.
That's
yeah, right.
Yeah, either the Darkness Crystal outright or something that gives access to it.
But yeah, if you pretty much went with the quote-unquote easy breadcrumbs in this seed, you get the crystal, you get the pass, and the most you're going to get is 9 key items.
But Choco's going to go for the Antlion here.
Now, Choco does have Fu and a power and an adult Rydia, so this going to be an easier fight for him in that regard. Virus and Titan, and then Fu with whatever best spell he has. The jump isn't going to do the counter either, so should be slow and steady, but should be certainly a winnable fight.
Yeah, absolutely. The Muppets picked up his tower key. We're going to see if Muppets goes to make that tower play too. Dusty has his crystal, but without the tower key, can't get the pass right now.
Yeah, Fizz just took the absolute perfect routing in this seed. I mean, this is just ridiculously good routing. And Dusty's going to go up Ordeals now to get his tower key, and then probably head back up the tower again.
It's not going to be too bad for him, at least, if he does that. He'll be behind, but not too bad. I think we're going to see Muppets do a couple of these easier bosses quick, just to get Fusoya's spells a little bit more developed. Oh, we got a vanilla Octomammon.
I wouldn't be so shocked to see Muppets jump into the Mist Cave to get Fusoya full powered.
Alright, Choco just finished up Odin. Let's see what they get. Darkness Crystal. So that's Chocosura's access to the moon. The worst thing, though, potentially for Chocosura is if they go to the moon right now, because that's going to put them way behind.
Yeah, that's one of those moments. Because I can easily see at this point if somebody finds that moon, the darkness crystal, following that breadcrumb, and that is the absolute wrong breadcrumb to follow at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's good in that it's the access you need to finish the game. It's bad in that it will take you way off path. Meanwhile, there's Pale Dim, and say bye to Pale Dim.
And it looks like Fizz is just preparing his party. Looks like he's probably going to stock up on some sirens and coffins and sell off everything else.
Meanwhile, a little bit of relief on chocosura's side. He's going to climb Babel first, which is good. Get the crystal, I'll be in go mode.
But is Choco done? I guess it doesn't matter that Choco hasn't done ordeals because he'll have the...
Yeah. Darkness. It'll be a longer walk for chocosura, but at the same time, it's still go mode access. Muppets, this is kind of not good too. Muppets didn't follow the tower key. He's going to go for Antlion.
No, Muppets does... No, he hasn't done the tower yet, so he doesn't have the crystal.
We haven't seen anybody go start their... Well, TheFiz is the only one in go mode right now. Haven't seen anybody else start their grind, but chocosura is going to be the second in the go mode as soon as we get past the Magister fight here.
Yeah, and this will be handy to have Titan. You know, Titan, and if his Fu knows Quake, this is going to be one simple fight.
Fizz is starting a grind. Dusty's climbing the tower again. He'll have his path shortly. At this point, if Muppets wants to stay in this race, he needs to climb the tower.
And of course, Dusty has to get through the Fabul gauntlet before he can claim that crystal.
That's right, that gauntlet is in the way. Now, Chan is bringing up an interesting point for Muppets. If Muppets does climb the tower right now, he'll finish the tower with 10 key items, which will give him a faster grind at least. But it's kind of a key moment for Muppets right now.
Yep. Which way does he go? This is going to be interesting because I gotta imagine Muppets in his head right now. He has to make a play that nobody else is going to make, and hope to get first. To me, at this point, that play would be go to the moon.
But he's going underground.
If he's going underground, he looks like he's going to the tower.
Okay, this is good for him. So neither Choco nor Muppets is biting on that darkness crystal.
So all four of our runners are going to be in grind and go mode extraordinarily shortly. We're going to have a bunch of people finishing within all 4 of these. I probably finish within 10 minutes of each other.
Yeah, so we got the Fizz in the grind already. Dusty, as soon as he finishes up the gauntlets, will have his pass. He'll be in go mode. Muppets needs to climb the tower, but fight both the gauntlet and the Magus sisters will be in go mode. Choco is in go mode right now, but still needs to grind and has to take the longer path to Zeromus, which includes activating the whale and then the walk to Zeromus. So that's going to cost some time.
Yeah, but Muppets, as long as Muppets does the super cannon fight, he will have 10 key items, which will make his grind go a lot quicker. So this is close.
And you never know what could happen. A Zeromus death and this race could change quickly.
But take a look at Fizz's levels. I mean, he's starting to, he's low 40 right now. So by the time Muppets is done with the tower, Fizz is going to be almost done with the grind.
Yeah. This will be interesting to see how this plays out. Choco's going to go for the same play, get these last few boss fights to get Kusoya to max level, or to max spells.
And Dusty heading down the tower. He's going to get his pass. So Dusty is going to be the second into grind and go mode.
Actually, third, because Choco's technically in grind and go mode too.
All right, good point. Good point. Max, yes, Sheila is already done. We know that Sheila had the Baron Key and a crystal ring.
Right, Muppets... Actually, Muppets... Well, no, Muppets can't exit out anyway. He has the Darkness Crystal, might just decide... Well, at the same time, he's 9 items. He knows that if he goes for the tower item, he'll have 10 key items for his grind, so I can't imagine him passing that up.
No, not at all. Nope, he's gonna do the tower key here and get his 10th key item, and he's gonna be quite happy. Even though he'll be technically the last in grind and go mode, his grind is gonna be real short.
Choco start. Oh.
Not doing the super cannon fight. That's an interesting play.
That's interesting, yeah. I mean, it's not a guarantee it's a key item, so maybe he's just gonna go out. Yeah, just to answer your question quick in chat, yeah. 10 key items will get you double EXP from fights with the flag set we're on. Yeah, Muppet's probably gonna grab his grind items and then start the grind. At this point, it's a matter of who finishes the grind first and who gets to Zeromus.
Now, Fizz is way ahead on his grind.
Yeah, and Dusty, and the Fizz and Dusty have the advantage of having the pass over having to use the Darkness Crystal to get to the Underworld, or to get to the Moon,
right,
to finish it off.
So I guess now Muppet's thing is, where is Muppet's going to grind? Is he going to grind on eggs, or is he going to go up to the moon and grind on King Ryu's up on the moon?
Looks like he's going to do the egg grind as well. Maybe he's still looking for something?
No, I'm thinking he's going to go pick up some Bacchus wines from Tomra.
Oh yeah, you're right. The Bacchus wines are still here. Yeah, maybe Muppet's just gonna go to the moon to grind. That looks like it's gonna be his play.
Yep, which makes sense because the King Ryus are susceptible to weak and so they're only marginally slower than grinding on eggs. And if you use the life glitch, then that fight's going to get you 90,000 experience, whereas it takes you 3 eggs to get to that 90,000 experience. So on a per time basis, that's going to be a quicker grind.
And since he has to go through the moon anyway to get to Zeromus, you know, it's not a bad play to grind on the moon at all. So we're not going to have anybody go sub-hour on this, but it's still going to have, like, probably hour 5, hour 10 finish for our first finisher.
At this point, yeah. So if Fizz goes right now, probably 110. So it's looking like Fizz and Dusty 110 to 120. Chocosura and Muppets probably in the 120. I don't know if they get to 130. So yeah, this race will probably be over in the next 20-25 minutes. And Fizz has got to be getting close. I mean, Sid's up to 4,000 experience, or HP. Kane's up to 3,000. Rosa's almost at 2,500. This has got to be...
Maybe he's trying to get rid of Nuke. That might be the one thing he's waiting for.
Oh, yeah, to help nerf the Big Bangs. Yep, that's what he's doing.
Which should be soon. Rydia learns Nuke at 55.
And by that time, then it's absolutely ready to go.
And we see Palom on the moon, but I doubt Muppets is going to take him. No, he's got
Muppets. Oh, yeah, okay. I forgot his party again. I was going to say, if he still had Rydia in the party, and given that he hadn't ground yet, then you absolutely take Palom over Rydia. Just due to HP concerns.
Yeah, but with Fusoya, that's an easy pass.
Oh, and once again, chat pointing out my confusion again that this is 2, so Rydia learns Nuke at 50, not 55.
Ah. Good point.
I always get those two reversed. All
right, so Fizz is making his final preparations, it looks like right now.
.16 agility, I'd call that absolutely fine.
Alright, Fizz is done.
And away he goes. And meanwhile, Muppets is doing the King Ryu grind.
Or, wait, where is the Fizz going?
Maybe he's picking up some Bacchus wines.
Oh, yeah, yep. Good point. Sorry, Toma. Or Tamra.
Nuke. He could have gone 3 minutes ago. Nuke isn't going to save 3 minutes. It very well could here, because he's going to use Nuke to nerf Big Bangs, and given that Rydia has a very high black magic stat anyways, and has a Sorcerer Robe, and has the Stardust Rod, those nukes are going to do 99 damage. So that could easily save 3 minutes there going to the nuke. I mean, because if he gets, let's say, 4 nukes off, that's 40,000 extra damage that the fighters aren't going to do in 3 minutes.
Yeah, that's a very good way of looking at it. All right, Fizz is going to be the first into the Zeromus fight. So with us coming to the Zeromus fight here, that leads to one of the more fun parts of the seed.
Who is Zeromus going to be?
So if you see that Z flag in our set here, that's a special little flag. That means that every time we see the Zeromus fight, it will be a random sprites from a database of, I think, 250 sprites that it could be.
All right, here we go. Into the Zeromus fight for Fizz. 105-10-ish.
All right, here we go. Whoa, what? I do not recognize that one. Miriamus.
I don't recognize it either. It's a big one, but I don't recognize it.
Yeah, that's the biggest sprite I've seen. I'm sure Chad will tell us what it is.
Okay, Miria from Breath of Fire 3, according to chat. And here we go. Fizz is now just wailing away at Zeromus.
Well, dustygriff right behind, heading to Zeromus.
It looks like chocosura is headed toward the moon, and Muppets is in the middle of his grind. This is... everybody's right on top of each other here.
This is Nurse the first Big Bang.
Waiting for Rosa to cast Cure, and then it's going to nuke right back. Or no, he's waiting for a shake out of Zeromus here. Playing it safe.
There's the shake.
And here comes the nerf. Chocosura sees Paddle. He's like, "Hi, bye."
Yeah, no need to keep Palom here.
Get Coop. What does the shake mean? The shake means that Zeromus is about to use the Big Bang attack, which can do up to 2,000 damage, or up to 2,400 something damage. But if you can manage to get Zeromus to counter with a nuke, what that does is that lowers his magic power for the Big Bang and cuts the Big Bang roughly in half. What would a Zeromus flavored shake taste like? Rotten eggs.
Nice answer. Yeah, this is interesting watching it between these two, between the Viz and Dusty. Viz was in first. Ooh, took a little bit of a harder hit in there, but everybody's still up. Big difference between Dusty and the Fizz, beyond Fizz getting an first, is that Dusty has Fusoya.
And Dusty also has the spoon, which is a guaranteed 99.99 damage.
So yeah, I still say that. I mean, the Fizz obviously still has the advantage in this fight, but if the Fizz falls behind it all, Dusty could easily move ahead.
Yeah, I don't think Dusty is out of this by any stretch of the imagination. If Fizz decides to play it a little too safe and Dusty goes for it, Dusty could catch up. Oh, Meteor phase. Here we go.
That
almost
means,
dead.
Yep, Fizz is almost done. Another Meteor.
And this nuke should take care of it. If not, then this white from Rosa will.
Not quite yet. Ooh, everyone's HP's falling a little low, but it's a Meteor phase. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
The Fizz officially finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 29 seconds. Get 4 points, and we'll move to 10 points overall. With one game still to play.
And Chocosura is going straight down to Zeromus with Muppetsinspace literally one room behind. It's going to be tight between those two. Silverfire, the crystal was at the top of the Tower of Babel. The pass was at the super cannon, and Odin had the darkness crystal. And we do have Fizz joining us in Discord. Fizz, congratulations, GG.
Wow, that gamble paid off, didn't it?
Big time.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, what is nobody else going to do? I'm like, I know, Mount Ordeals. Why would anyone go up Mount Ordeals with this party? So that's what I did.
Yeah, that paid off big time for you, finding the crystal in the past, one after the other.
Right. Oh my goodness. When I saw that, I'm like, no one else has this right now. I guarantee it.
I mean,
although looking at now that I'm joining the thing, I wasn't as far ahead as I thought, but
you definitely got to go mode first. dustygriff, though, did catch up quite a bit late. So, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a lot.
And then,
people did a lot more game than I did. That's for sure. Looking at the key items.
Yeah, the thing with Muppets is he actually did the tower later, but did not do the super cannon.
Oh.
So he had the tower key, but did not do the super cannon because he found the darkness crystal from the Odin spot. I don't know if you checked it, but that was Antlion.
I did not. No.
Okay, so he actually got the darkness crystal. He and Chocosura got the darkness crystal from the Odin spot and went around that way, whereas Dusty and you both did both elements of the tower and had to pass.
And dustygriff is officially finished in second place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 13 minutes, 44 seconds. He will move up to 10 points in his last match, which hopefully will get him into a playing game at the worst.
Yeah, 10 is pretty solid. 10. I'm happy that I have 10 after 3, so even if I come in last on my next race, I feel pretty solid. I'll at least get a play in.
I would think 10 might. Well, you're going to have at least 11, so I think you're going to be safe from the plane. 10 is going to be interesting to see, but I think 11 will be safe. I think, my opinion.
Yeah. I like how somebody in chat pointed out. Yeah, 5 key items, 5 characters, 11 bosses. That's probably the least I've ever done of free enterprise.
Yeah, I think you're the only person else who didn't pick up Fusoya.
I didn't even know where Fusoya was. So
he was in Baron.
Oh well, I didn't have the Baron key, so.
Yeah, I think a lot of our other runners had the Baron key and followed that. They got Baron key from Sheila, I believe.
Yes, Sheila did have the Baron key.
It's showing on my screen right now. Yeah, so basically my thought process was, what is nobody else going to do? Okay, well, the tower keys at Ordeals, I might as well follow this rabbit hole because otherwise that was just a waste of time. So I did, and it worked out.
And we have Dusty joining us. Dusty, congratulations, GG.
Hey, thanks, GG's and GG's Fizz.
Yeah, GG Dusty. You were closer to me than I thought anyone was going to be. So after I only got 5 key items total.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually up to 9, and I was like, do I chance it and look for a 10 to double the grind? But didn't at the end.
So yeah, we've still got chocosura and Muppets going. I'm not sure who's ahead between these two right now. We're probably gonna find out by who goes into medial phase first.
Yeah, they were literally one room apart going into the Zeromus fight. So, Chocosura had a 20-second head start, which can be easily made up in this fight. So this is going to be extraordinarily close between these two.
Yeah, Muppets hoping to try to get third, to at least get to 7 points, maybe squeak out something for a playing game. Choco's in a little bit better shape, but with 1 game still to go. But yeah, you still want to try to get as many points as you can here.
Although that said, in my opinion, Muppets has the much better party with which to take care of Zeromus, having the 3 fighters, Rosa and Fu, whereas, Chocosura is having to blow a little time reviving Fu here, and only has the 2 physical fighters. So I'm thinking that even though Muppets got their 20 seconds behind, I'm thinking Muppets is gonna pull this one out at the end. I think that's my opinion.
Yeah, especially Muppet or Choco hit the virus, which means damage rolls were low before the reset. But anyway, I'll let you guys go. Continue to commentate at the end of this race. GG's Dusty, and thanks for showcasing us off.
Thank you, Fizz. GG.
GG.
So, Dusty, while these guys... Oh, wow. Muppets is already in the medial phase. Holy cow.
Speeding through.
So, what'd you think of the seed overall? Pretty quick seed, huh?
Pretty quick seed. Lots of value in tower, apparently. Pass and crystal. It was interesting because I wasn't sure really where I was standing in that one, because obviously I wiped on Golbez and I wasted a bit of time there, which was my only real time waste, but felt like there was a lot of jumping back and forth from over to Underworld.
So Muppets officially is finished with an SRL time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, 57 seconds. will get 2 points, get him to 7 after his 4th race. Hopefully, maybe get into a playing game if things play out right, but it's going to be a little close. Yeah, Dusty, you were the other player who actually played in the tower, and that's what got you the crystal in the past.
Well then.
Hey, Muppets, GG.
Thank you. I thought I was well further ahead than I ended up being.
So, do you want to know where the pass was?
Oh, don't tell me it was in the tower key.
Oh yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, it was behind Fabul Gauntlets.
It was. Yes.
Well, okay,
Cool.
that's fair. You know, I had this nagging thought in my head. It's like, you know, you might want to check the tower key location just cause. I know you think it's a little bit of a waste of time, but just in case. And yeah, there it was, huh?
I was actually pretty close to resetting when I saw Babel Gauntlet there. I was like, I only had Golbez and Antline left at that point. Odin's.
Well,
and I was like, oh, maybe I reset and check one of those because this is going to take a good 3 minutes. I was like, I committed, I'm going to do it. And there's lots of value to be had in Tower that game.
yeah, I was nowhere near 10 key items, so I didn't do it. Like, I was at 8. So
Yes.
another one would have been whatever to me. Yeah, I guess I'm happy to have finished as close as I did in that case, because I had to do the walk and the long grind.
Muppets, you were at 9. Weren't you?
Was I? I have it down that I was at 8. Oh, I reset out of the Legend Sword.
Oh, okay. That's
that makes sense
Yeah,
then.
yeah, I was at 8. I reset out of the Legend Sword because I saw Legend Sword. It was a dud item, and I went, I'm not going to save for that. I'm just going to go see what Golbez has to offer. And as it turns out, he had a lot of my face on the floor to offer.
Yep. That's how it went for me.
So, Muppets, 7 points after your 4 races. What are you thinking about that?
I'm thinking that I'm going to enjoy doing commentary.
I'm right there with you, my friend.
No, in all honesty, though, like, yeah, I had some bad luck with a controller issue on one race, and I got big time trolled on missing the pass here when it was right under my nose. I could have done a lot better than I did, but I'm new. Like, I'm way new to this, and you can't run off of raw talent alone. It's got to be experience too, and I think a more experienced player would have minimized a lot of those mistakes that I made, and that's just fuel for the fire for the next league.
Yeah, I'm actually looking through the standings right now, and yeah, I was saying 7 points earlier might be enough to get you into this plan race, but looking at everybody else's, it's probably not, unfortunately, because...
Yeah, it's probably not. Like, the mathematics in that is just like, I'm probably eliminated, but that's okay. That's fine. I'm happy to have been a part of the League of 32. It's been a blast. It's been a wild ride, and I look forward to what's coming up next.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we see chocosura finishing. Finished 4th place official SRL time of 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 48 seconds. So chocosura will get 1 point. They'll take it to 7, but it does have 1 race to go.
Dusty, do you have a race left?
No, this is my last one.
That was your last one? Where you at, man?
10 points.
Oh, I smell a play-in.
So probably maybe playing. We'll see, I guess.
Oh, I smell a play-in. I'm tuning in. I'm on your side, Dusty.
Oh,
That's where I am.
Thank you. I'm excited. This is either way. Even if I bombed out of this one, or if I don't make it in, this has been a pretty fantastic experience. So.
Yeah, actually, just looking at these finishes, we had basically 11 minutes and I think 16 seconds between first and... Actually, I think by official times, 11 minutes, 20 seconds between first and fourth here.
It's a good race. Sign of a good race.
Yeah, it's been a razor's edge, this race. I mean, when you boil it down, it was a jet seed.
Yeah.
And we have chocosura joining us here in Discord. Good game.
GG.
GG's.
Ugh. My game just wouldn't come together tonight. I don't know if it was just me being half tired or just me making stupid mistakes. I don't know. I'm not really proud of my performance tonight, to be honest.
I mean, it was a very close race between all four of you. I mean, it just came down to little things like where you ended up checking.
Yeah.
I mean, you got the crystal and the darkness crystal, so that was good. I mean, the only advantage a couple of the other runners had over you is they went to ordeals, got the tower key, and then got a combo crystal pass.
Oh, the pass was there too? Huh.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
You know, that's the second time that's happened to me. I find the darkness crystal, I find the crystal, but no pass, and the pass is right there.
So it sounds like you overall just felt like it was a rough go for you there.
What's that?
Just overall, it was just a rough seed for you.
Well, the seed wasn't rough for me. It was just my execution and my decision making.
I found this was one I was saying earlier that it really put you all over the place. Like I wasn't super happy with my routing in this one, but I don't know what would have been the best route because I was going down to land the summon monsters, then I would get destroyed by Golbez or something down there. Then I go up and check something.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you really want to talk about best route for this seed, it would have been go to Antlion spot to get the Magma Key, ordeals to get Tower Key, and then straight into the tower for Crystal Pass, which is a route that not a lot of people are going to actually do.
Yeah, it's an awkward route to get this one.
Especially when you started with the pan, you had Fabul sitting there basically. Well, between Soul Cave and Fabul, you had those sitting there with 4 items.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, when I got that Magma Key from Antlion, I was like, instantly go down to the Underworld, get Sylph Cave done. I'd throw an egg in there just to get my guys leveled up a tiny bit so I can roll through the early game and go back to full bull and get that done. Actually, when I went back to Fabul, I totally forgot I hadn't defended it yet and said, oh crap, I can't remember if I actually saved before this, so do that. But that was a fun seed. It was a fun seed, actually.
I mean,
that was a pretty fun seed. I personally can't believe I wiped the plague in Antlion. That was, ugh. I just didn't have enough damage. It seems.
I came closer than I probably should have.
Yeah.
I mean, that can happen.
Yeah.
I mean, at least the good thing for you is, I mean, you're at 7 points. You have 1 race to go, so you still have a chance to up your standing before we hit the final standings and potentially get into that 16-player bracket.
True.
Still time for you. I mean, you had the standing to take a bad game.
Yeah, I'm due for one. Hopefully I can turn it around in my last race, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so we know Muppets, you're done. Dusty, I believe, is also done. When is your last race, Choco?
Tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, so quick turnaround.
Yep.
Well, definitely wish you luck in that. Hopefully you get a good finish and get into that group of 16.
Thank you.
Or at worst, get yourself into a playing game.
Right. We'll see what happens.
I think we can probably start wrapping up. Any final thoughts from anybody?
No, not for me.
Just GG's to everyone. Thanks for
GG.
thanks for commentating, guys, and thanks for playing, guys, and appreciate it.
Yeah, I was happy to be a part of a really tight race. Thanks for doing this, and I look forward to seeing what comes next.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys for racing for us today.
Thank you.
Good game, guys. All right, so we should probably just real quick before signing off, we should go over what on the Speed Gaming Family Networks as well as the Highway to the Zenith Zone race. As alluded to earlier, here for the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise Highway to the Zenith Zone League, we still do have 2 races coming up tomorrow. We have at 3 p.m. Eastern Time and at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, not 6 p.m. 3 and 6 p.m. Eastern Time over an RPG Limit Break. There is another race going on right now over on RPG Limit Break as well. And on Speed Gaming Family Networks, over on Speed Gaming 1, we have the Metroid Marathon going on. On Speed Gaming 2, we have, it looks like, a Mega Man 2 Randomizer.
I think you're slightly off. Speed Gaming 2 is the Metroid Marathon right now.
My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, Speed
I
Gaming
can't
2
read.
is the Metroid Marathon. Speed Gaming 3, we have... Actually, that's us. We have the FF4 League. Speed Gaming 5 has Mega Man 2 Randomizer. Speed Gaming 4, another the ALTTP Randomizer Summer Qualifiers. And then coming up 11 p.m. on Speed Gaming 1 is a Zelda 1 Randomizer race. And then as Email was talking about, we have another race going on currently on RPG Limit Break. And then tomorrow at 3 Eastern on RPG Limit Break, we'll have a 4-person race between Mr. Ubik, Nirm, Chocosura, and Demarin. And at 6 o'clock, we've got Big Dunka, Night Dew, Great White Hope, and Penguinator.
Yep, so a whole bunch of things coming up here in this league and on Speed Gaming. So I hope you enjoyed the race tonight. I really enjoyed calling it with you, JP. Really good race.
Yeah, it was good calling with you too. Also, thanks to Avik Jam for tracking for us here.
Yes. Thank you, Avik Jam. Very, very priceless work you do for tracking this for us. Great job. Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right, you want to take us out, JP?
Yeah, well, from the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise League, from all of us, if you're interested in this league, actually, make sure you join the Discord. Check out the websites for more information on it. But from Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise League and from all of us here, thanks for watching and have a good night.
Good night, everybody. Make sure to follow the runners as well.